Well, it's Wednesday, so you know what it is, what it is. I am the Grizz, and welcome back to Yesterday Today. And it's another month announced for games with gold, and of course, some controversy has something to do with it. And I'm not a big fan, and just like most people aren't a big fan. But after that, most of this video is going to be about Projekt Red, because they gave us about a 25-minute long video talking about how they're going to be moving forward and content for a game that you might not be expecting it for. But how many other games have they have that's active right now? You know what I'm talking about, Witcher 3. So let's talk about this right now. Alright, lads and lads, so let's talk about the games with gold for next month. It's just so laughable at this point. So before I say anything, we're going to go over everything we have here. So from April 1st to April 30th, you have Vikings Wolves of Midgard, which is basically a Diablo-like. And then you have Truck Racing Championship from April 16th to May 15th. And then Dark Void, April 1st to April 15th. And Hard Corps Uprising, April 16th to April 30th. So Vikings of Midgard, I will admit that that's something I just, one of those in-between games that I always wanted to play. Like, say if I'm in between big games, because my options are really limited because I don't like many genres. So that's just one of those games I feel like I would just jump in and hack and slash away at, right? Then you got Truck Racing Championship, which I kind of forget that these type of games exist, but I'm respecting the fact that there is a niche type of audience that happens. I mean, why else would they make these games, right? And then you got Dark Void from Capcom. This is originally what Anthem was. Not literally, but this is a third-person shooter with a guy with a jetpack. Yeah, but it had a decent story. I actually have that game, just never really got into it because it wasn't received that well, but it was always like kind of warm reception, right? And then you have Hard Corps Uprising, which is a Contra successor, basically, and well, that game is mad hard, just like Contra. It's just exactly what you would expect. This game was actually pretty dope. I actually got pretty decent and far. There's multiple characters in here that I do remember. This was back when the indie scene, like the smaller games, was becoming a bigger deal and more fun. And I actually got pretty far, and then my stuff didn't carry over on the cloud from 360 to 1, and I said, well, that was seriously difficult, and I don't feel like going through it again. So man, they just need to just go ahead and get rid of games with gold. Maybe charge us $5 more for Game Pass, and we'll just be happy. We'll like $15 is already a steal at this point, right? If y'all decided to charge us $20 because y'all out here buying studios and they still might be buying Discord, we wouldn't even be mad. We see y'all just spent mad money on two companies, so it's just like, all right, we get it. So games with gold is necessary but not necessary. Just merge all of this into Game Pass. And, just big payout, whatever, but this once again, this is your games with gold from April and apparently leading into May. Alright, lads and lads, so let's talk about that PlayStation Network shutdown on the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP stores. Well, Sony has officially came out and confirmed it on a PlayStation blog, and let's give you some of the details. So we are closing PlayStation Store on PlayStation 3 consoles on the 2nd of July 2021 and on PlayStation Vita devices on 27th of August 2021. Additionally, the remaining purchase functionality for PSP will also retire on the 2nd of July 2021, with it seeming like PSP having the longest life out of all that, right? The PSP came out right around the time, well, not right directly around the time of PS2, but it came out around the time of the end of the PlayStation 2 era and lived a little bit through the PS3, and right down the end of the PS3 era, we got the PS Vita, and, well, the PS Vita, which is probably one of the most awesome, most mishandled systems, I should say, because those memory sticks were unnecessarily expensive. But then they also gave us a little bit more details, and it says, what features can I use after the closure of PlayStation Store and purchase functionality on the PS3, PS Vita, and PSP devices? You will still be able to re-download and play previously purchased game titles. You will still be able to access previously purchased video media content. You will still be able to redeem game and PlayStation Plus vouchers. You will still be able to re-download and play claimed game titles through PlayStation Plus as long as you remain a member of the service. Now, hey, it seems like there's always something right there we can play, but these are the features that you will no longer have access to. You will no longer be able to purchase PS3, PSP, or PS Vita digital content, including games and video content. You will no longer be able to make in-game purchases through games, PS3, PS Vita, and PSP. You will no longer be able to redeem PSN Wallet Fund vouchers, i.e. gift cards, on PS3, PS Vita, or PSP devices once PlayStation Store and purchase functionality for these devices close. Your PSN Wallet funds will remain in your PSN account, but you will only be able to use your wallet funds to purchase PS4 and PS5 products on PlayStation Store, on the web, PlayStation app, or PS4 and PS4 5 consoles. Now, this is all very disappointing, but it all had to go sometime, right? But at least you can still just basically re-download everything. But this actually makes me want to go and grab a PS Vita once again and just start racking up for absolutely no reason, because I don't plan on playing the PS Vita anytime soon. I just want to have it because the idiot collector in me just won't let stuff go away. And I do feel like the PS Vita, there was a lot of fun and a lot of love to be had with that system, okay? And it actually meant life, and here you go, you're killing the thing, man. It's so sad to see it. PS3, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but there is, of course, a lot of fan base. Won't knock it, but that PS Vita, man, I love that thing. Alright, lads and laddies, so let's talk CD Projekt Red. So yesterday they released like a 25-minute long video just giving us an update of how they're going to move and how everything's going to be handled properly going forward, because just the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 was of course a disaster, and I am just so upset that I couldn't have gotten on this channel and spoken about it like I really had hoped to. I've been waiting for this game for years, and when I finally saw it some years ago, I was mad excited. I was overjoyed because I am a huge fan of the shooter, mostly the first-person shooter, and even though this game was still pretty good, it was still buggy and it came with a couple issues. So now that they had that 25-minute long video about how they're going to treat employees better, how they're going to be more transparent, and it was one of those videos that seemed like it wasn't necessary, but it was absolutely very necessary because, yeah, I guess, they really needed to communicate that with us. But then they gave us a bevy of a bunch of stuff that happened, right? So, of course, there was a big patch for Cyberpunk 2077, and it's on all platforms, yes, including Stadia, and it ranges from between 33 to 45 gigabytes. And then, of course, it came with a bunch of patch notes, namely one of those huge patch notes that got a lot of flack where, you do the slightest crime, it's like the cops are right there, right on top of you, and you barely got a chance to do anything, or some people will just walk by him or maybe even bump into him. But they definitely resolved that. And then, of course, they definitely said they acquired a new studio. They've been working with Digital Scapes over in Vancouver for about 3 years with the development of Cyberpunk 2077. And in the video, here's a synopsis from IGN. It said, "We believe that the hugely talented Digital Scapes crew is the perfect foundation upon which is to build a wider CD Projekt Red Vancouver team." He is the head of production and CTO and CD Projekt Red in a statement announcing, the acquisition. And he also said this is a great opportunity for Canadian developers to get involved with CD Projekt Red's incredible IP, and for CD Projekt Red to tap into Canada's deep talent pool and game making craft. Now, I'm actually very excited to see this. I don't understand. They got a lot of money because they also have GOG. They have their digital storefront, so they're getting a lot of money. It's their sister company to CD Projekt. So basically, they also decided to kind of dial back on the multiplayer, and here's an official statement from the video, of course. It says, "Previously, we hinted that our next AAA would be a multiplayer Cyberpunk game, but we have decided to reconsider this plan. Given our new, more systematic and agile approach, instead of primarily focusing on one big online experience or game, we are focusing on bringing online into all of our franchises one day. We are building an online technology that can be seamlessly integrated into development of our future games." Of course, you're going to want to go chase where there is more money, but of course, they're probably going to do more fair. Let's hope no microtransactions, because there was actually no microtransactions in CD and Cyberpunk 2077, and no microtransactions in Witcher last time I checked. There was DLC and expansions, of course, but then he goes on further and says, "CD Projekt Red makes single-player, story-driven AAA RPGs. That is not changing. What is changing is our long-term approach to online. By this, we mean ensuring we are properly preparing to implement online elements in our games where they make sense. We don't have to go overboard or lose our single-player DNA. We want to take thoughtful steps to build robust online capabilities." And so, okay, let's hope, first of all, they can come back from this Cyberpunk 2077, because The Witcher, even yes, the mighty Witcher 3 Wild Hunt had a bit of a rough launch, but it went on to sell millions and millions of copies, especially after they went on and made a TV show about it. And then, of course, let's go on and talk about the fact that they are making it all a global brand. They're going to go back and forth. One release is going to be a Cyberpunk 2077 release, and then the next release is going to be a Witcher release, because they've sold into the teens. Both of these games sold into the teens of millions of, despite Cyberpunk having such a rough launch, it sold like 13 million right at launch. It's absolutely insane, right? And I was one of those people that bought it and finished it. Now, I'm known to not finish games, especially certain open world games, but the story was pretty much straight and to the point. Maybe about 30 to 40 hours, and a lot of people were expecting more, but there was so much more content to be had. And so they also said, we want to be sure that we can work with two global brands at the same time while ensuring top quality of our products. We emphasize technological advancements, and we want to set up versatile teams which combine various specializations and competencies. These terms will be further assisted by a cross-projects group of experts who, owing to their expertise, can contribute to key aspects of development. All these changes aim to enable us to work on multiple AAA games and expansions in parallel starting in 2022. Sounds like they're trying to go to the big Activision, Blizzard, EA style of things, because they are even giving Witcher 3 Wild Hunt a PS5 patch. Can you just imagine just hitting somebody with Igni and you got those adaptive triggers just going off? I could only imagine, right? Well, Witcher 3 is definitely just becoming the next Skyrim. I'm wondering if it's going to be on PS5 or maybe even the PS6. It's already on the Switch. Who knows where it'll go? Maybe it'll be on the Switch Pro. Maybe they'll find a way to re-release it, something. But I'm just really happy that they keep supporting this, and I'm hoping that they can really come back from this, because they also said they are still working on the anime with Netflix for Cyberpunk 2077, and of course we're all awaiting season 2 of The Witcher, right? Season 1 was absolutely amazing, even though it was all over the place. But I'm really happy to see the CD Projekt Red is actually doubling down, but I'm really hoping that something great, not good, but great, is coming out of this. Now, Cyberpunk 2077 has been selling very well, but it's still not on the PlayStation Store, and PlayStation is going to determine if they want it on there. So we're going to need them to continue to throw out these patches and continue to improve it. Hey, maybe you can't sell us those expansions unless this game eventually just comes out with a whole No Man's Sky thing, right? I don't really see that happening. Maybe it was. I'm not a developer. Maybe it will happen, but I'm kind of removed from Cyberpunk 2077. Before the game launched, I wanted to play through it 2, maybe 3 times, but after I played through the first run, and then I finally got my PS5, tried to play it up on my PS5, and it immediately glitched. I was just like, yo, fam, nah. I ain't got to play this. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I finished the game. I loved what I played, what I did experience due to glitches. And I took Pan Am and I bounced up out of there. And I went with my people at the end of the game. So I'm really hoping that this game can find a way to turn around. And maybe eventually I'll jump back into it. So shout out to CD Projekt Red for doubling down. And I really hope y'all don't make me eat my words. Alright, lads and ladettes, let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments below. I know this video was really CD Projekt Red heavy, but they really made it their business to inform us of everything, and they promise they're going to do better marketing, so here's hoping. But let's talk about the disappointing news about the PSN store being shut down on the PSP, PS Vita, and PS3 respectively. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this games with gold thing. It's just, I don't know what they're going to do with this. I guess Xbox is just like, we can't always be the loved ones, right? We buying all these studios, we're putting everything on Game Pass. Let's just go ahead and piss them off a little bit with games with gold. I mean, it's only $15 a month, but you're getting you're saving literally hundreds of dollars a month with Game Pass. So I guess I understand. We can't really complain, right? It's literally $15, and I'm getting it on both my console and my PC. And I ain't got no complaints about that. I could just not download games with gold and just mess with Game Pass. So really, I mean, what you think about this down in the comments below. But let me know what y'all think about everything, because this CD Projekt Red stuff is, I'm really interested, and they got me really hoping. So I can't wait to see what's going on with that. But on your way out, hit that like button if you haven't already. If not, hit the dislike. It's all good. And if you're new here, of course, hit that red subscribe button and make sure you turn on all those notifications so you know when your boy is posting. But I will see y'all Friday. No stream again for this week. I'm waiting to have something streamed. Maybe I put up a little bit of a Let's Play because, well, as y'all know, tomorrow Outriders will be coming out and I will upload some gameplay on the channel. I can't wait to play it. It is on Game Pass day one. Don't forget that. But for some people who still buying it on PS5, I hope y'all enjoy it. It is cross-play. So maybe I'll see some of y'all online, even though I generally don't do that. But maybe I will make an exception for some of y'all. But don't forget, make sure y'all go ahead and get on Outriders, and please, once again, subscribe and share to everybody. Put this in your stories and everything. Lads and ladettes, this video is finito.